Noon starts right now.
Deadly trouble came right through the door of one local man's home. San Antonio police say a gunman barged into his northside apartment, then shot and killed him.
As Katrina Weber reports, it happened while a woman and child also were in the home.
On the second floor of this apartment building, San Antonio police began the first steps in what has become a murder investigation. They say soon after hearing a knock on his door after 11 last night, a man there found himself face-to-face with a gunman who forced his way inside the home on Patricia Drive near West Avenue. Police say the intruder then shot him in the face with a rifle, killing him. They believe this all happened during a robbery, making this a case for capital murder. Police say there also was a woman and child in the home at the time, but they were not hurt. They say the woman told them she hid in the closet the whole time. This morning, officers returned to the Tuscany Park apartments, watching over the area for a time. The killer was able to get away right after the shooting last night. Police say they still don't know who that person was, someone who possibly escaped in a white sedan. The man who was killed was 20 years old. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
And near this noon was a case of self-defense or murder. That's what a jury will have to decide in the murder trial of Roger McCracken. McCracken is charged with the 2021 murder of Ronnie Riddle at a southeast side apartment complex. Testimony began yesterday in this case, but this morning, an eyewitness to the shooting took the stand. The defense challenging that witness's credibility because he admitted to having smoked marijuana and even grabbing his own gun after the shooting. Later this afternoon, Erica Hernandez takes us inside the courtroom for this very tense round of questioning. If McCracken is found guilty, he is facing 5 to 99 years or life in prison.
San Antonio police and Crime Stoppers need your help to find who's responsible for a double murder that happened in 2020 at a McDonald's. Police say 29-year-old Kyle Warren and 22-year-old Vanessa Mojica were both killed during a drug deal outside the McDonald's on Culebra Road between Westover Hills Boulevard and Ingram Road. The suspect drove off in a dark-colored four-door Acura toward Timberview Drive. If you have any information, you are asked to call Crime Stoppers at 210-224-STOP.
Outside with live cam, oh my, what a difference a day makes. And this morning, in the darkness of 6 a.m., the moon was really bright. So that means there was clear skies out there. It was nice to see.
The skies cleared pretty quickly after yesterday's rainfall. The rain was great, but I think some of us are ready for some blue skies. We're going to get that today. We're getting it right now. It's turning into a really, really nice day. I want to show you the big picture to give you some perspective. So this upper level low that brought us the rain last night, now pushing east. It's producing severe weather across parts of Mississippi and Alabama. On the back side of it, though, there is some low cloudiness. We've been kind of right on the edge. These are the kind of clouds that will give a forecaster heartburn because it's kind of a guess as to what they'll do. But they are just to the northeast of San Antonio, for the most part, staying out of the city. So we do have the blue skies and the sun, a few thin high clouds moving through. But with the sun in place, we should see a nice afternoon. Temperatures already in the 60s, and I think we'll end up in the mid-60s. 62 right now in town, 57 New Braunfels, 57 in Seguin, 66 already in Bernie, one of the warm spots. And as we look at the KSAT 12-hour forecast, I think somewhere around 64, 65 this afternoon. And then we'll fall back down to around 60 by 7 o'clock. And the clouds build back in tonight. We're going to start Friday off with some fog, and there will be more clouds on Friday. But here's the big takeaway. The weekend looks great. We're going to have some beautiful weather behind a cold front. We'll talk about the timing on that. We'll also look at the drought monitor. Where do we stand after all this rain? That's coming up in just a bit.
Word of that. Thank you, Justin. An elderly man is dead after a fire on the city's south side. This was the scene at 2 a.m. at the intersection of Somerset Road and Southwest Military Drive. San Antonio fire crews say the home was fully engulfed when they arrived, but were able to put that fire out quickly. And that's when they found the man's body inside the home. A food truck parked outside also burned. Investigators are now working to determine the cause of that fire. Happening today, a job fair for military service members who are entering civilian life. It started at 11 this morning. It's going to run till 3 this afternoon. It's at the Shrine Auditorium on North Loop 1604 West.
It's open to military active duty service members, veterans, and military spouses and dependents. To register, go to my.recruitmilitary.com.
Video game design classes at Churchill High School are empowering students and providing them with the tools to be successful in that field.
This was a fun story. Now this noon, we see how students are working with software used to create high-level games in the marketplace.
It's calming, yeah, it helps focus.
The music flows in teacher Tristan Landris' classroom.
We're about to start learning how to build landscapes in games.
These Churchill High School students are building video games from the ground up.
It didn't occur to me as a career until I took this class.
Sophomore Patrick O'Hearn says creating a video game takes time and patience.
You want someone to play and enjoy themselves, so you can't make it too simple or easy, but you also can't make it so that it's unfair.
Students are creating video games using a software called Unreal Engine 5.
Same software is used to develop Rocket League, Fortnite, a lot of the really big brand games that you see in the marketplace. And so getting these kids to be able to learn industry relevant software at a very young age is just going to help them phenomenally in their career.
Here, students learn how to problem solve, create, and work in a team.
There's a little bit of algebra in here. There's basic reasoning, group work, being able to be a team player. All of these soft skills that they would need to be successful in this industry or any sort of work industry for that matter. I can come help you.
The students are guided by Landris, who received his Bachelor of Business Administration degree in cybersecurity from the University of Texas at San Antonio. Landris is passionate about education and creating a positive and fun environment for learners.
I hope that this program continues to grow. Right now, our video game design classes are they're paired with animation, so I also teach animated film. And I would love to build it up as its own pathway.
Some of these students are also part of the new Churchill esports team and are looking into the gaming industry after graduation.
There's so much creativity and freedom that this class gives you, and the potential that it can unlock for you in the future to make basically whatever you want.
Isn't that amazing?
Isn't that every kid's dream that's a gamer? Growing up a gamer, want to develop their own game and then make millions and have all these people play it?
Yeah, they're the next game creators right there.
That's incredible stuff. Just and when they said algebra, I said, ooh, takes a certain kind of person to be able to do this stuff too. You gotta
very bright.
Smarts, and I just sit down and make something. You gotta have some smarts. Good for those kids. Hey, the Spurs rolled by the Thunder again, but at least Wemby got to play a little more last night.
And a pair of music icons are coming to San Antonio later this year when you see them in concert and why tickets could sell out, especially fast for this show.
Billy Joel and Sting together for the first time in San Antonio.
There you have it, a big announcement from the Alamo Dome. Billy Joel and Sting are set to perform in a double billing concert.
It's going to happen on Friday, October 25th. The last time Billy Joel played in San Antonio was back in 1994. It was also at the Alamo Dome.
It's been 17 years since Sting has performed in the Alamo City, and this will be his first performance at the Alamo Dome. Tickets for the concert will be available starting on Friday, February 2nd at 10 a.m.
And the Dome says there's always stiff competition when it comes to getting big names to come here. So this is a feat for not only that reason, but also San Antonio is the only Texas show on this tour.
So San Antonio will be the only city in Texas that will have Billy Joel and Sting for one night.
Piano Man coming to San Antonio.
You're already dancing away.
Can't wait.
And it's nearly February, and in San Antonio, that means rodeo season, and it kicks off tomorrow with the cowboy breakfast.
Yeah, I can't wait for this either. You can enjoy breakfast tacos, coffee, live music, more. That's tomorrow morning, 5 a.m. till 10 a.m. This year, the breakfast is going to be held at 142 Gambler Road. That's near the Frost Bank Center Drive. Remember, that street's formerly known as the AT&T Center Parkway.
And that will get you ready for the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo beginning February 8th through February 25th.
And a reminder, you have a chance to win Ride Inside the Carriage featured in the Western Heritage Parade. That's Saturday, February 3rd. So if you're an insider, you can come along with us because we're going to have 5 winners plus their chosen special guest. They're going to join Ursula Perry and myself on the parade route.
That should be fun. Now, to enter the sweepstakes, just go to KSAT.com and become a KSAT insider. It's free to sign up. Then just fill out the entry form for the sweepstakes. If you scan the QR code on your screen, it'll take you right to that page.
Nice comfy wagon, as comfy as a wagon can be. Right down the street with all the steers and the horses and everything else, longhorns. Gonna be a blast.
I love rodeo time. The thing about rodeo season, though, is we know that's usually some variable weather.
Yeah.
We get a little bit of everything.
Tomorrow morning, cowboy breakfast.
Looks good, actually.
All right.
We may have some fog, a little chilly, but not as cool as it could be. And the rain is done, at least for tomorrow morning. As we look at the aquifer, well, it's been doing so very well. 1.7, it's up to 646.7. That's one of the highest numbers we've seen since June of last year. Molds at 7,550. Of course, you take the good with the bad, right? The rain has brought mold levels up to the high category. What does tomorrow and the weekend look like? We've got some updated information and data for you coming up.
Last time we saw Mike, Fiona was stuffing peanut butter in his mouth and he couldn't talk. She was the happiest person. But, so I don't know what today's. I have no idea what.
And we learned Justin doesn't like peanut butter.
Yeah, so there you go. What an informative show. How you doing today, Mike? You all right?
Nothing in my mouth, so I can talk. Maybe too much to her chagrin. I'm going to be able to talk too much. We're talking though about the big news of the day, though. That concert announcement
at the Dome. Yeah.
Yeah. Billy Joel and Sting. He's playing with different people in different venues all around. But Sting coming here. Biggest concert you guys have ever been to?
Celine Dion.
Ooh.
Leon.
Well,
Very nice.
let's see. There was George Strait.
I
know y'all are stunned on that one. And Garth Brooks.
Oh, wow.
And some other ones. But those are probably the biggest.
Couple of biggies. How about you?
Mine would be Prince at Coachella.
Ooh.
Oh.
What a concert.
Nice.
I'm still going to go to, when I was in high school, seeing Kiss way back when. And then, of course,
This lineup is incredible.
having met Gene Simmons, we had him on the show one time, Paul Stanley one time too, so that was pretty cool, but lots of them. So that's going to be one heck of a concert. Scan that QR code, let us know what concert you've been to. I saw Sting with the Police a few years ago at the old AT&T Center. Wow.
So many answers.
I know. I need to put peanut butter in my mouth. I'm sorry about that.
Good stuff. Good question, though. I like that.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
Does Ronnie Millsap count as a big concert?
We need to find out Justin's big concert.
Let's see.
It's been a while. You know what? I think the last big one I went to was Tim McGraw.
Okay.
Okay.
It's kind of a throwback, though.
Yeah.
I think that I do want to see Sting and
Billy Joel?
Billy Joel, though.
You better
I think
save
that
your
would be
coins.
I heard it's going to be.
And have patience.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we're the only Texas stop, you can imagine there's going to be people coming in from Dallas and Houston to check it out too.
All over the place.
Yeah, it'll be busy, but that's going to be an awesome concert. Can't wait. Okay, let's talk drought monitor. Where were we last week? Well, this has become all too common, right? The drought situation. The red represents extreme drought. It's been over our area for so very long, including Bexar County, Comal County, and Kendall County. So did we eat into it? Drum roll? Kind of. Not a lot. But let me tell you, this only goes through Tuesday, so this doesn't take into account yesterday. And I think once we see the next drought monitor, which comes out next Thursday, you'll see this probably eating away a little bit more. But it's a start, okay? I know we got a lot of rain. It's going to take a lot to get us out of this drought. More than we saw over the last several days. As plentiful as it was, we need more. But this is a start, at least part of Bexar County now in severe drought. So we ate away at it somewhat. And here's what I can tell you about the aquifer. A lot of people have been asking, where do we stand? We're at 646.7. Okay, so this graph shows you where we were last summer, June 1st. We were at 648. That was kind of the high mark there after what was a pretty good May for us, and then it just fell off in the summer. We were way down there. I mean, these numbers are bad. We climbed a little bit towards the end of the year, and then boom, right at the end, and that's over because of the last few days, we jumped up to 646.7, and the aquifer is still rising. We are still well below average. We are still in stage 2 once-a-week watering for SAWS customers, but just like I said about the drought monitor, it's trending in the right direction, and maybe we'll get some more rain as we head into February. The end of January looks dry. We're going to hit a dry spell here, but hopefully the pattern gets active again in February. Right now, we've got a few high clouds out there, and you can kind of see in the distance maybe some low clouds, but not over San Antonio. 62, 57 in New Braunfels, 57 in Seguin, 66 right now in Kerrville. And these clouds you see here are making a big difference when it comes to temperatures. These low clouds haven't moved much. So underneath the cloud deck, it's 56 in Austin, 57 in New Braunfels. But where the sun is out, you're seeing full sun in Kerrville, it's 66. So this time of year, any sort of low cloudiness can make a big difference in temperatures. And I think with the sun out here in San Antonio, we should get into the mid-60s today. Places like Kennedy are cozy in on 70, and most of Bexar County in the low 60s right now. Here's our forecast today. 64 at 3 o'clock, 64, 65, I think is where we top out. And then tonight, clouds will build back in. And we'll start tomorrow off with another round of fog. We saw a little bit of that this morning. So this last system is moving away. We've got a new one, though, taking shape in California. It's not quite all that healthy yet, but as it moves east, it'll develop a little bit further. And then as it moves into Texas, it will help to generate a few showers potentially for us tomorrow. Now, this is not going to be like the last few days. Any rain we see tomorrow is going to be pretty light, and most of it is going to be east of San Antonio. But we start off with patchy fog tomorrow morning, and then mostly cloudy throughout the day. There's some of those showers I was talking about. This is 2 o'clock through about 5 o'clock. Shower here or there, and then a front will approach the area, and that will move through Friday night into Saturday morning and make for a great weekend. A little breezy on Saturday, yes, but nice. 63, 65 on Sunday. That's the kind of weekend we like, with morning lows in the 30s and 40s. So 60 tomorrow with mostly cloudy skies, small chance of rain, and then we get into the 60s Saturday, Sunday, and really much of next week looks pretty nice as we finish out January, but we're finishing it on a good note, honestly. The second wettest January on record, guys.
Incredible, but we know the kids are right now enjoying the outside.
No doubt about it.
Nice weather.
Yeah.
Thanks, Justin.
Still coming up, a breakdown of the top 2 rookies for Rookie of the Year honors in the NBA. They went head-to-head last night. How'd they do? And high school basketball action with a couple of the top teams and top players on the floor. Inside the Frost Bank Center last night, Spurs hosting OKC after trailing early in the first quarter. This is Blake Wesley, who's going to make his first three-pointer of the season. Where'd he go, Blake? Got tied to 10. Down again. The ball goes inside to Victor. Little move. He doesn't have far to go to get close to the basket, does he? One big step is all it takes. Later on, off a thunder miss, Wesley throws it ahead to Keldon Johnson. There's your big slam. Spurs up 2019, but they were down 35-28 after the first. Got worse from there. So Wembanyama had 24 points, 12 rebounds, played 28 minutes. That's more than he has lately because of the time restriction. Chet Holmgren only had 17 and 5. Spurs lose big, though. So here is your final, 140-114. Remember, Oklahoma City Thunder, the best team in the West. Wemby and Chet are the front runners for the NBA Rookie of the Year honors, and there's a debate on who should win it based on team record. Some argue that Holmgren should win because his team is better than the Spurs. OKC finished the night still tied for first in the West with Minnesota 31-13 record, and the Spurs started last night last in the West. And they are still last after the loss last night, 8-36 record now. When it comes to stats, though, Wemby's number are a lot better than his counterparts over there. Chet, 20 points, 10 rebounds per game is what he's averaging. Chet's only averaging 17 points and 7 rebounds a game. Both Keldon and Chetty were asked yesterday who should get it, the guy with the best season or the guy with the best team?
I mean, I'm not going to get into all of that, but I mean, I do feel like, you know, Vic is the Rookie of the Year in my opinion. And, I mean, other guys can feel different ways, but that's how I feel. And, you know, that's what I'm rocking with every day. So.
I mean, I think that you would know what my answer is, but it's amazing. You know, I mean, he's been passing, he's been scoring, he's been rebounding, he's been blocking. I mean, he's doing everything.
I'm not going to get into it, but Wembanyama is the best player. Okay, perfect. Portland Trail Blazers and San Antonio Spurs tomorrow night, 8:30. Wembanyama keep going towards that Rookie of the Year award. Once again, it's another late start. National TV, Frost Bank Center for you. All right, how about some high school basketball? Taking the Paul Taylor Fieldhouse. The place was rocking last night with a lot of games. First up, Lee Volunteers taking on the Clark Cougars, who have the top spot in District 28 6A. So Lee's Logan Peoples with the circus shot coming up right here after the, well, you got to have the intro, right? Look at that shot. Hanging, throwing. Aiden Holden was knocking down corner threes for the Cougars, though, and he's going to finish with a game-high 9 points as Clark ends up holding on to the victory 39-35. Then the next game featured Reagan taking on the Marshall Rams. First half. Let's do our, no, they didn't do the little handshake thing. What's wrong with that? Look at that little scoop to the hoop. There you go. Second half, the Rattlers get it to Aiden Richard, who gets it to the basket a lot. He had a game-high 23. Reagan wins at 60-43, getting head coach John Hurst his 500th career win. He told us just how special it is.
It means a lot because I'm on their butt a lot, but we tell them every day how much we love them. You know, for those guys to, you know, sharing that with me and to be excited for me and for my family, I don't know that I can describe that.
It's so cool knowing all that he gives to our team. He's such a selfless coach, and he comes in every day helping us get better. So it's just awesome to have that.
You know, you got to get on those players. That's how you get 500 wins, you know? Good coaching right there. Rattlers are going to take on Lee on Saturday at 12:30. So congratulations at 500 wins.
The big impact you can see on the students right
That's
there.
a lot of victories. Good for him.
We have a lot more to come. Severe migraine headaches can be challenging for people who suffer from them. Now, when you study finds migraines can now be predicted by two things.
Mold and ragweed. More than 100,000 people in the U.S. are waiting for a transplant, but there's a shortage of organs that are available. Scientists have been experimenting with alternatives, and they might have found one. Coming up in the next half hour.
New today at 5, it's almost February and tax time is about to be in full swing. Scammers are already plotting to get your tax return before you do. What you need to know to safeguard your information and money. Today at 5 after Entertainment Tonight.
Outside with Live Cam, look at that. All those clouds, all that rain, and it cleared out for this. How beautiful is that?
I think we've earned some time with some blue skies, at least for a little bit. And you know what? We're going to see a great weekend, too, for those planning out your weekend. It's going to look really nice. We're looking out over the airport right now, just a few clouds here and there. I want to show you a video here on our KSAT Connect. A pretty cool phenomenon this morning. So a lot of people sent pictures in of this, and if you have a wooden fence, maybe you saw it. No, your fence is not on fire, but what is happening is that wood is wet from all the rain, and then when the sun warms the wood, you get the evaporation and you get steam coming off your fence. We saw quite a few people send in pictures and video of this, and this is it's pretty awesome to see. Dominic sent this in. We appreciate the video. And you can check out the rest of those pictures on our KSAT Connect. Awesome stuff. Let's go outside and take a look at the temperature. 62 here in San Antonio. Really cold stuff still up north, as you would expect this time of year. 26 in Bismarck, 32 International Falls. And Miami. Man, it's every time I look at this map, it is the hot spot. 78. And the sun down there in sunny Miami, Florida. 69 Raleigh, 62 Washington, D.C. And yeah, not real cold here in Texas. We've got some coolish weather up in the Panhandle, and then clouds keeping temperatures down in Waco and Dallas. But here across our neck of the woods, not bad at all. 64 this afternoon. We'll call it partly cloudy. Clouds build in tonight and expect fog to develop tomorrow morning. If you are headed out to Cowboy Breakfast, no, it will be a little bit foggy and cool. We'll see temperatures right around 50 or so, so grab a jacket too. The weekend, though, shaping up to be nice, as is next week. We'll look at that 7-day forecast for you here in just a few minutes.
All right, before we continue, we want to make sure we get our Billy Joel trivia correct. So he was here in 1994 in the Alamo Dome, but he has been here since in 2014.
Yes.
He came 2016. 2016. Man, keep messing up Billy Joel trivia. So 1994 in the Dome, and then he came back in 2016, and now he's coming back this year. And that's all that matters.
And thousands of people from all over are going to be in San Antonio.
So, all right, this noon, a contamination leading to a recall. Certain types of Robitussin are now part of that voluntary recall because the company says there was some microbial contamination.
For most people, the side effects wouldn't be severe. However, if anyone who is immunocompromised takes the medicine, the consequences could be dangerous, even life-threatening. Now, the recall affects 8 lots of Robitussin Honey CF Max Day Adult and Robitussin Honey CF Max Nighttime Adult. The company that makes Robitussin has not received any reports of adverse events related to this recall. It says it is notifying its distributors and customers directly and to tell them how they can return the recalled products.
Ford recalling nearly 2 million Explorer SUVs over an issue with a piece of trim near the windshield. And that metal piece that runs up the left and right side of the front windshield may not be properly hooked on, allowing the trim to just come off. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says it's a potential safety hazard and increases the risk of a crash. All Ford Explorer 2011 to 2019 models are affected. Federal safety regulators say letters will be sent to vehicle owners in March. Dealers will inspect and fix the problem if needed for free.
The U.S. Food and Drug Administration is still investigating the possible risk of secondary cancers. It's tied to a form of immunotherapy called CAR T-cell therapy. The FDA has now sent notifications to several manufacturers of the therapies. Regulators are requiring them to now add a boxed warning to the product's prescribing information. The warnings say some T-cell malignancies have occurred after certain immunotherapies with hospitalization and death in some cases. As of Monday, the agency received more than 24 reports of secondary cancers following CAR T-cell treatment.
Scientists say they are one step closer to cross-species organ transplants. Doctors at the University of Alabama, Birmingham transplanted genetically modified pig kidneys into 3 people who were brain dead. Then they gave them FDA-approved drugs to help suppress the immune system so the body didn't reject the unfamiliar organ. It worked. Apparently, the new research is limited, but it shows advancement in the much-needed field. The study was published in the Journal of Clinical Investigation.
Predicting migraines could be a bit more simple than once thought. Newly published data shows changes in sleep quality and energy on the prior day were related to a headache the next day. The data shows that those who did not sleep well and had low energy one day were more likely to have migraines the next morning. Chronic migraines are the leading cause of disability in people younger than 50. That's according to a February 2018 study. The latest data was published in the journal Neurology. Now, the Department of Education is making more changes to this year's free application for federal student aid, and it could mean some students get more financial aid. That's the form students use to apply for Pell Grants and federal student loans. It was recently overhauled to make applications easier to complete. That version was released December 30th. However, the Department of Education didn't tie the latest inflation data into it. So that's what they're doing now. The change might delay things a bit, but it will also release an additional $1.8 billion in financial aid. Most colleges use the same form for their own financial aid packages.
The U.S. and Iraq expected to begin talks soon on the future of the U.S. military presence in that country. That's according to CNN, which is citing sources familiar with the discussions. It comes amid public calls from the Iraqi government for the U.S. to withdraw its troops. Those calls seem to be in response to the U.S. launching airstrikes inside Iraq, targeting Iran-backed militants who have been attacking U.S. personnel there. Part of the discussion will focus on whether and when it will be feasible to end the U.S. military presence in Iraq. The U.S. has roughly 2,500 troops currently in that country. Their role is to offer advice and assistance. The U.S. military announced the end of its combat role in the country back in 2021.
Opening statements beginning in the trial of the Michigan mom whose son shot and killed 4 students at his high school. Jennifer Crumbley facing 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter. Prosecutors say Jennifer and her husband James Crumbley purchased the weapon used in the shooting for their son, who testified it was kept unlocked. School officials say they called the Crumbleys to the school so they had to get their son help after the teen had written disturbing messages, but the parents declined to take him home. The shooting unfolding only hours later. The Oxford shooter was just 15 at the time of the massacre. He since pleaded guilty, multiple counts of murder.
A pair of San Antonio women using social media's reach to reconnect a lady with her long-lost wedding photos, how they ended up across the country before they got returned to San Antonio.
Welcome back. Lost wedding photos have finally been returned to an 85-year-old San Antonio woman, and that's all thanks to the power of social media.
Sarah Costa explains how they were found all across the country and then returned to San Antonio thanks to the detective work of two women.
Sandra Poindexter was looking for frames at an estate sale outside of Lynchburg, Virginia, and found them for $5. But when she got home,
I can't take these apart. They're too pretty. That, somebody might want these. They're bridal pictures, and that means a lot to somebody somewhere.
So she posted them to social media, and thanks to the detective work of another woman.
And one of the users started digging and looking up who this person was. And she actually found Harriet. She found the bride.
The bride is 85-year-old Harriet Galbraith, who lives in San Antonio. She was 21 in those photos. She and her husband married in 1959 in Washington, D.C., while he was in the Army. They were married for 56 years.
Well, it just thrills me to death. I mean, can you imagine that all those years that I didn't have them, and I would have liked them, and I know my husband would have loved to have had them.
Galbraith says the portraits were at her mother's house in Virginia. When her mother died, her sister took on all the belongings and the photos.
I had gone to visit her and asked her, I would like the pictures back, and she said, well, she wasn't sure where they were, so.
Galbraith says after checking the attic, they gave up and figured they were lost. When her sister's husband died, they were unknowingly sold at an estate sale. Poinsettier found them at another estate sale, and fate brought them back to Galbraith, who was a model in the 1950s and wore one of her favorite gowns for her wedding portraits.
And that's a Christian Dior gown that I had on, which I had gotten from an ex-boyfriend's mother who gave it to me.
Galbraith says she is grateful for the women who did the legwork to get the portraits back to her.
And I'm just so happy. And in fact, I'm going to be friends for the rest of my life with both those ladies.
Galbraith says the photos had stayed at her mother's house because she and her husband lived all over the world since he was in the Army. She now has granddaughters and says she will be giving the portraits to them. I'm Sarah Costa, KSAT 12 News. Back to you guys.
So there's the positive power of social media right there.
She's so beautiful.
Awesome.
Then and now, amazing story.
Right, you love to see that kind of stuff. And you love to see blue skies, too. Look at that over the airport. Beautiful day underway after sort of a foggy morning in spots, but we're not seeing rain today, so you can put the umbrella up, at least for today. 62 so far. 46 was the low. The averages are 64 and 42. Records are 87 and 16. We're going to end January on a pretty good note. How much rain have we seen so far this month? We'll take a look when we come back.
So we've gone on driving tours, we've gone on porch parades. For this episode, we're looking for common ground, or should I say common grounds.
What is the biggest misconception about this neighborhood?
We don't seem to want to flourish. And by that means, people say, well, y'all don't go out to vote, you all look at your streets, but it isn't that. Is that we need to have our city councils people look at what we really need. Sometimes we feel like we're the stepchild because nobody comes over here.
What are some of the major issues that made you start the neighborhood association?
Here in the south side, you see, like, for example, Brook City Base area that has just flourished. Some of us that have been here for many, many years look at it like, hey, what happened to us? Now the community here wants some attention focused here. So that's what we're trying to do.
Why did you decide to stay?
It's the culture. I mean, you can go to any side of the city and not find what you find here.
Coming up tonight on the news at 6, an all-new Know My Neighborhood.
Tonight, KSAT is taking its 6 o'clock show on the road for an all-new neighborhood newscast. The episode of Know My Neighborhood focuses on the Harlandale-McCullum neighborhood. It's in the area of the South Side that's rooted in rivalry, but is now becoming more unified.
Steve, Myra, Adam, and other members of the KSAT team will be live at Don Pedro's on Southwest Military Drive. You can watch on air on KSAT.com and on KSAT Plus starting tonight at 6.
Speaking of rivalries, I got to sit down with two guys who played in the 1989 Frontier Bowl. One from McCollum and one from Harlandale. Those two guys sat out together, and the trash talk, oh man, it was like the trash talking went on for an hour. It was a blast. Great guys and a great story. So that's just one of the stories you'll see tonight with all the other ones. But those guys, man, they didn't waste any time getting after it.
They're passionate.
You gotta love those high school rivalries.
Oh man,
though, man, that's what's so much fun on Friday nights, right? To have that going on. Love that. Can't look forward to seeing that Know Your Neighborhood tonight. And one thing about all the neighborhoods here across South Texas last night, we got more good rain. Everyone has picked up some good numbers, and this is where we stand as of today. 6.72 for the year and for the month. Obviously, we're in January. Now the second wettest January ever. Wettest month since September of 2018. And we're now at our highest aquifer level since June of 2023. So this rain has done wonders for us. And as I showed you earlier, it's chipped away a little bit at the drought. Yeah, we're going to end the month. I think the rest of the days here we have left in January will be dry, but we'll see what February brings. Hopefully we'll still get some of those active patterns coming through. 62 right now. Dew point is at 54, southeasterly wind at 9. Temperatures today should make their way up to around 64 or so by the afternoon. And it looks like clouds are going for the most part to stay out of our area. So low 60s in the hill country. This is an area where you will still see some clouds, but south of that, enough sun to push temperatures into the upper 60s. They're already there in places like Pleasanton and Kennedy today. There's the low cloudiness I was talking about, and it's just to the north and east of San Antonio. So Gonzales, Austin, San Marcos, New Braunfels, the low clouds have just sort of hung there most of the day. We are not seeing it here in town. And then as we go further east, this is the storm system that brought us the rain last night. Showers and even severe weather starting to take shape across parts of Mississippi and Alabama this afternoon. And that's where there will be active weather. We're on the backside of things, tend to get some sinking air. It's a little quieter. And our next storm system is just now starting to take shape over California. Yeah, we do have another one coming through. This is kind of the last of the parade of systems, but this one isn't going to do as much as the last several pieces of energy did. So as we look at the forecast here, and as we get towards 5 o'clock, I'd say partly cloudy skies. Then by tonight, clouds will start to fill back in. We'll get patchy fog tomorrow morning. If you're heading out to Cowboy Breakfast, as I said, prepare for some lower visibility. Temperatures will probably be around 50 or so. And clouds will be slow to burn off tomorrow if they do at all. We're going to call it mostly cloudy on your Friday. And yet we could see a couple of showers out ahead of this weak frontal boundary. I don't think we see a lot, but if we're going to see any, it's probably going to be San Antonio points east. That front will slide through eventually Friday night into Saturday morning. That'll bring some breezy winds on Saturday, but it'll clear us out. And that means a good weekend's on the way. It also dries us out. So we've got dew points in the 50s next few days. It drops off into the 40s. And so this isn't going to be a big cool down, not just a ton of dry air, but that's dry enough. It's going to feel pretty good outside with that front coming through. And much of next week is spent with mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. So 60 tomorrow, mostly cloudy, morning fog. There's a small chance for showers, especially late in the day. That front comes through breezy on Saturday, some gusts to 30, and then 63 Saturday, 65 Sunday, 66 on Monday, and then Tuesday and Wednesday pretty nice as we round out January. February looks pretty nice, at least for now, as we're starting off in the 60s, but we'll see where we end up and see if we can get more rain back in the forecast. We'll be right back.
To show you the latest TikTok.
Welcome back.
I think the latest technology is coming up. What do you think?
I think so too.
I think so. Here's Mike and Fiona. It's Tech Day.
Wait to see what we have though.
Oh,
do you like chamoy? Do you like pickles?
Oh, yes, please.
Yes, indeed.
All right, Chamoy Boy is here.
Christian Alonso. All right, that is a chamoy pickle all wrapped up with goodies. How do I get one of those?
Well, you can go to our website, chamoyboytreats.com, and here's our kits right here.
And this is a viral TikTok thing that's been happening, and you are going to show us how to do it.
There's even a Valentine's chamoy pickle kit, believe it or not. All right, speaking of good things to eat.
Oh, yes. Jen went to a San Antonio staple and shares their story.
Hey, Jen.
Yes, and you can also get Valentine's Day cakes here. Yes, I'm so excited to share the story behind Lucy's Cake Shop, part of so many people here in San Antonio's celebrations over the years, myself included. I already found some cupcakes here at the Southside location, and today we get to share the story behind the cake shop. I'm so excited to share that, guys.
All right, our dear friend Jada Rashawn Pickett is here. Oh, she brought champagne. I love it. What are we celebrating?
We are celebrating Black History Month. February, March, April, May, June, all the things, all year. And you're going to share 3 ways to help celebrate it, right?
Absolutely, right here in San Antonio.
All right, and we have got our deals, and of course they are just fantastic deals that you are not going to believe.
Yes, all that and more when SA Live continues in just a few minutes.